After dark, Istanbul is pulsating with lots of energy.
There is a bit of everything for everyone in this city at any time of the day or the nights.
Being an Istanbulite means like you feel comfortable in any neighborhood with any community. You will be welcome no matter who you are and where you are.
Istanbul never sleeps. You never feel lonely. I mean, for some people, it might be too much. They call it chaos, we call it home.
Istanbul feels like it's constantly on the edge of tradition and modernity. And nighttime brings out the soulful side of Istanbul, I think. Istanbul is a booming, vibrant, energetic city. It's like an upbeat jazz tune. I really love living my life fast, I like fast drumming, I love driving fast, and this city is a fast city, I will tell you that. Istanbul's a fast city. You have to be fast to be able to make it in Istanbul. I'm Ferit Odman, a jazz drummer from Istanbul, and I hit things for a living. This city inspires me a lot, actually. From the chaos to traffic or the calm moments by the Bosphorus, they all blend in my music and my drumming in a way. It has a lot of chaotic things going on at the same time, but also Istanbul is a perfect blend of the old traditions and the modernity also. We have both things going on at the same time. Like you would see side by side churches and mosques, shopping malls, old bazaars. My father's vinyls, records that he brought back from States, I just grew up listening to those, So it was inevitable for me as a musician to pick jazz because of those records. So it was always in me. I always say, I didn't choose drums and jazz and drums chose me. It was inevitable for me to become a jazz musician. And I needed to go to States, to New York City, to really get that in my soul, let's say. And when I came back to Istanbul, the Istanbul scene welcomed me back with open arms, I would say. And then I felt like I was, okay, I'm a Turkish guy playing jazz, but it's like speaking Turkish with a New Yorker accent, let's say. So it was like giving back to the Turkish audience what I've learned in United States, and I always feel like a jazz messenger here in this country. Nardis Jazz Club has been a vital part of my journey, actually, because I feel like this is my second home. I lived 40 steps away from here, just around the corner here, and this is my second home. This is where I learned a lot of things. This club has been here for 23 years now, and I basically grew up here with all the legends that I played with, like Benny Golson. It's just like, I can't even describe the feeling. So I learned a lot, and I'm still learning, but now I'm kind of like the bridge between two generations in Istanbul's jazz scene. The Generation Z and the older guys, and I'm just like the perfect bridge between those. So I try to give it back to the audience and also to the musicians that I play with. To me, the beat of Istanbul by night would be something like this. It's a modern beat with a Turkish touch. You would hear this in a Turkish wedding, but if you play it like a modern beat, it turns out to be something like this. I'm adding the swing shuffle to it with my right hand. So it's like the New York here, or New Orleans here, and Turkey here kind of thing. So it's like this great fusion between those two worlds. We have a tight-knit scene in Istanbul, actually. We have a small scene here, but the scene has a heart, I would say. The audience is also learning to appreciate jazz more and more. And what I can say is we have a very young audience compared to the other parts of the world. Jazz is freedom, and it's the rhythm of life. As a drummer, I use that rhythm and I improvise on my life, also on stage. But in a city like Istanbul, it's not really that hard to improvise to the beat of that city. After dark, I think Istanbul is still pulsating with lots of energy. The lights over the Bosphorus, flickering over the Bosphorus, and people really fast walking on Istiklal Street. And you always hear that echo of a street musician, you know? You always hear that somehow, like a darbuka or something. So there's always rhythm in the city. Being on a rooftop with a great cocktail or a great whiskey, you see the city, you think of all the history and also everything that you're doing now, that day, having that bridge between all those years, it's just impeccable. It's really great. I love it.
Istanbul is so photogenic, you would be amazed. It's absurd, it's abstract, it's creative, it is colorful, and it's filled with cats. So everything internet wants. I turned to photography to create a visual language for myself. I was a street photographer most of the time. I had to take photos all through Istanbul. I'm Cansu Bilgebay. I'm an Istanbulite. Being an Istanbulite means like you feel comfortable in any neighborhood with any community. I cannot think myself without the Istanbul. All the chaos, all the weird neighborhoods, all stray dogs and cats are inspiring all day long. We coexist together. You will be welcomed in every neighborhood, no matter who you are and where you are. And Istanbul makes you many things because you are many things at once. I found myself defining who I am within the streets of Istanbul. Layers of history add so much to your personality as well, because if you go through one place to another place, it takes 1 hour for sure for traffic. But in the meantime, you'll see lots of city sites filled with history. Ancient Roman buildings, Ottoman buildings. My family lineage is from Istanbul. It has been like more than 7 generations. So whenever I walk through streets of Istanbul, I feel really deep connection with my family lineage, because even my grandparents are from Istanbul. I find great comfort. My family lineage comes from people who walks and dreams in the streets of Istanbul. It's like living in a magical story where Istanbul is the narrator. All the possibilities, you can expect everything. You can create yourself one-person date night, or you can hang out with your best friend. You can just sit calmly and watch the sea. Then you can make some friends and decide to go out for some cocktails. So it's filled with possibilities. Istanbul by night for me is putting a nice dress, putting a really hot lip gloss and going out for bar hopping, you see. I start from Cihangir, then go to the Çukurcuma and end up in Asmalı Mescid. So I start with jazz, come down to techno and end up with Turkish popular music. So this is an Istanbul night out for me. I definitely would take you out on a night in Frankhan, but it would be our last stop. Istanbul transforms you instantly because of its chaos. It's always living, it never stops. It has a high pulse, high energy. This is a night full of adventure for you.
Istanbul is like Tokyo and New York in the sense that it never sleeps. You know, you never feel lonely. I mean, for some people, it might be too much, you know, but they call it chaos, we call it home. Istanbul is a very young population in itself, but also a lot of the tourists that visit here, they're always looking for something different from like the Grand Bazaar experience or, you know, the Bosphorus fish restaurant experience. So I think a lot of people are super shocked when they see that Istanbul has a very vibrant nightlife scene. And in a way, Istanbul, the city itself is really unique because you can find yourself at a very traditional, like, you know, arabesque music and fish restaurant spot. And then an hour later, you can be at a techno rave, munching on, you know, döner on your way back to home. But we have all kinds of music here. We have salsa, house, techno, but people are usually really open, they're young. I think people are just looking for something new and, you know, different than you usually get anywhere else in Europe, anywhere else in the world actually.
This is a living city. It is a contemporary city. It's filled with history, but it is a contemporary city. It is leaning against the future. So future is very important to us. We dare to think about what's going to happen in this city next 100 years, the next 50 years. I find pride living in Istanbul and being an Istanbulite. This is how I define myself. I'm an Istanbulite, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. I'm an Istanbulite.
Istanbul is a cosmopolitan city that inhabits many people. There is a bit of everything for everyone in this city at any time of the day. So it is 24/7 city of pleasures for your senses. Sometimes I need to calm myself down and I just want to meditate within the city, just communicate with the nature. My name is Maksut Ashkar and I'm the chef and partner of Neolokal restaurant. I cook contemporary takes on Anatolian cuisine in my restaurant, where I feed myself from my childhood memories, my traditions, the cultures of Anatolia, the heritage, and a big, long history of more than 70 civilizations. In Anatolia, we are majority of minorities. That would give you a beautiful example of vast and rich cultures of different people from all around different parts of the geography. And this gives this beautiful harmony of a melting pot of cuisines and different habits. I myself am from the southern eastern part of Turkey. from Mesopotamia, where the spice route ended. So my family has always been into eating and cooking, of course. So my DNA was born with that, and I was always into cooking. Professionally, I've been cooking since the last 17 years. So my passion became somehow my profession. So thinking of cooking Anatolian cuisine, you think that you are limiting yourself with the borders, but it's such a vast ocean of food culture and heritage. It's a never-ending learning process. So you feed yourself from different geographies, different altitudes, different ingredients, different cultures, artisanships, different childhood memories, and especially you feed yourself from different recipes of different mothers. The name of the restaurant speaks for itself, actually. It is Neo and Local, so it means new takes on local cuisine. What I wanted to express in the restaurant since 10 years is actually our cuisine is way more than what you have been thinking and what you have been exploring so far. It is a hidden gem, but I think it is underrated. Food connects everyone. Food is a great bond for people to communicate with each other. I myself express my feelings and my philosophy and ideas through food, through what I cook. And it is a two-way communication between the guests and us that we want to express our gratitudes to our traditions. I always like to have the opportunity to meet other people, new people, and welcome them and share with them. So guys, welcome to Neolokal. I'm happy to have you. As you know, we have contemporary takes on our traditional cuisine. So all the dishes here are really familiar to you and to your childhood.
Okay.
So let me start with explaining. This colorful one is ayran aşı,
Okay.
that we make with 6 different vegetable yogurts. The green one is hamsili pilav. And the round one over there is fried octopus. Next to the bread is what we call as hummus and Anatolian landscapes. It gives you the impression of the colorful and flavorful Anatolia. Just take it and spread it to your bread and enjoy.
Yeah. Every spoon is a different artwork.
Exactly. All my inspiration comes from my heritage and the heritage of this lands. What I feel special about is I'm proudly representing my traditions. My only aim actually in my restaurant is to create a bridge between our traditions and the future. I'm super happy to have you here.
Oh man,
Me too.
we're living the dream.
Thing is, with Istanbul, nothing stays in its place for more than 5 months here. And now I feel like a tourist all the time, and everything changes in very short time.
I think it's all about feeling the urge to change. Even if it's the same owner, they like to change the concept and the music and the ideas so that they're always fresh. That's kind of a different style, but why not? It shows the colorful part of the Istanbul nightlife scene. Feel lucky to be living right in the heart of the nightlife. Apart from its challenges, such a beautiful city.
Always a gift, always a gift. Every time I drove by the Bosphorus, I say, this is a gift from God to me, especially to me. I see the Bosphorus every day.
It is full of surprises.
Yeah.
I always ask myself, also my friends who lives in Istanbul, just walk on the street, but look at things from a tourist's eyes. You will see many things. And I always tell my tourist friends to see the city from a local
point of
eye.
Nice.
So it really helps out. It really helps out. What I love the most is the imperfection. For example, look at this view, beautiful mosque, But you see the mosque first, not those buildings.
Yeah, that's right.
But those buildings actually expresses what Istanbul is all about.
The chaos.
It is chaos. Expect everything here.
Let's cheer.
This is heavenly.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
It tasted really great.
Most of the times when I finish the service, like my kids in the kitchen, we crave for more food. So this place is one of my go-to places. They serve this amazing offals called kokoreç. That is intestines rolled in inner fats and sometimes sweetbreads. And also they do stuffed mussels. They grill the intestines and put it in a bread, some spices, and voila.
Before I was a chef, I was a bartender. So I witnessed myself every night that Istanbul has a life of 24/7. So yes, by night, things change. There's no rush anymore. People are there to relax and enjoy and put away all their burdens on their shoulder that comes with their daily jobs.
As a person from Istanbul, I learned to bring harmony from this harmony, and I love this city because of that. This is a lively city. It's filled with people. It is chaotic. You get addicted to it. Magic happens here.
The city adapts to you, I think. So whoever you are, you can see the city from your perspective. It could be like a culinary haven for a person that loves food, or if you're like a history lover, this is the place to be.